use my first check-in. Yeah, I checked in. Oh, that's right. You don't check in till later, son. Oh, well.
You'll get there.
Right, right.
life. I was starting to wonder.
Oh, yeah, Tom and I here just for you. He's just getting set up from work.
Right on, man. Yeah, I was here, didn't hear nothing. Seen some chatter on 38, so I went up there and talked to some guys, and got done there. And, Jeff was up there too. He was here, I guess, and then he went up there by me, and then that started to fade out, so I figured I'd come back down here and see what's going on.
Right on. Well, we're glad you did. I'll check you in, of course. And I got to talk to my wife for just a minute here. She just walked in. And so I got to talk to Terry for a couple minutes, and then I'll be right with you. So carry on, guys.
Right on. All right, man.
Carry on, carry over, carry under, carry Grant.
I got you checked in. How you doing?
Doing good. Thanks for checking me in there, Ted. You go ahead, get back to her. We'll be here.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be right back.
Yeah, man.
Say, I'm a duck.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I got to make sure from now on that I got the lights on in here when I'm talking Skip, because I've been using the flashlight and just periodically checking. And after I mentioned that to you, and I went back to check again, not a huge deal, but about as warm as I want to get, I saw 102.
That still is not totally horrible, but yeah, that's definitely cool down time.
Yeah, I'd say, when the case is starting to feel warm and shit, yeah. And I don't usually have to do that. I should have probably loafed it a little bit more than that even, but so I got it running. I had to put it on standby, of course. And I'm not sure if you can hear them fans or not, probably a little bit. But I'm leaving the fans run until I see it get down to at least about 80-ish. And then I'll put everything back where it was and then shut it down. But, it was interesting, though. I'm not even sure which switch I flipped, but I thought I had it on standby. And I flipped the switch, and it dropped a bunch of power, almost like there was some padding there. I think what it was my biasing. I think I turned the biasing off, and when the biasing was off, it showed a lot less power. It was kind of wild.
Yeah, I hear you there. Yeah, mine doesn't. If I run anything over a bushel, she begins getting warm. If I keep her at or under, I'm good. It really doesn't get hot at all. It doesn't even get above 85.
That's really nice, man. And on sideband, that's all you need. Actually, on AM, that's all you need mostly, too. But like I said, mine's kind of tucked away, so I've got other concerns, you know what I mean? Although yours is almost tucked away, too, the way it's in between them shelves there. But good for you, man. I'm glad it's rocking and rolling and running nice and cool. I wish mine would run a little cooler, but aside from water cooling, I think I just get what I get,
I think I just got lucky and it runs nice and cool, but I really don't push it that hard either, and you know that.
Right. Yeah, I'm even when I'm loafing, I'm pushing, mainly on the average side of things, but you know how I gotta be.
Yeah, I hear ya. I've got a lot of average for what I'm running, really, but you've got probably twice or more than what I do.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. I honestly didn't look. I went off of what I got wrote down here for this radio. I turned it to that and started talking, and mostly kept an eye on my peak, and that was doing what I wanted it to do and keep everything else fairly happy, so I let it go. I didn't even look to see. Hell, I don't even know what I was putting into it from the radio.
Yeah, I hear you there. Yeah, earlier on the Super Bowl, I turned her up and I just let that sucker swing, and of course then all my fans started going off, and I'm only running that small power supply well, even though it's even though it's 200 amps, it's still small. But until I get another one in here, I'm going to just have to limp along with it.
Well, I mean, you're not really limping along. They're designed to cool. The difference is the one that I built for you is got cheaper components probably, and so they get hot faster than the other one. There still ain't nothing wrong with it, you know. I mean, it's just they're getting hot a little faster, that's all. And if the fans bother you, well, that is what it is. This one that I got down here, like the one you burned up, that thing, them fans are going off all the time while I'm talking. Like the other night, me and Dave were talking, he's like, you got something in the background. I'm like, yeah, I know. It'll be gone in about 30, 40 more seconds, you know, for a little bit anyway. Yeah, it likes to freaking get up and go too, so I don't know, man. I wouldn't worry about it a whole lot. As long as it's not affecting your audio, I'd let her eat.
Yeah, I hear you. Just while just running like I am, I can run all night long and it'll never turn on. It just won't turn on. But as soon as I flip the juice to it, I'll get 3 minutes into a conversation and everything begins to ramp up.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, when you're running just a radio, you're barely tickling anything close to the duty cycle. You know, you start pulling some amperage and you're running half duty cycle or better, yeah, them fans are going to kick on. Sometimes I wish them fans just ran 24/7, you know, just leave them on and go. But they're so annoying, you know, like even this other power supply here. When they kick on, they're pretty loud. And the only reason I've got it where it is, which is damn near right below my feet here, is because the power cord on it's real short. And I want it on this particular outlet so it's easy to turn shit on and off. Otherwise, I'd have probably put it a lot farther away, but it ain't horrible. I can tell, though, when it kicks on, especially late at night, like now I'm talking a little louder because I got these other fans in my ear. There, it just fucking kicked on. I could barely hear it over top of the other fans, of course. Now I forgot what the fuck. Oh, when it kicks on, I hear that in my ears, and I instinctively start talking louder, like I'm trying to talk over top of it. Then it'll shut off, and then it's like, fuck, now I'm yelling, you know. I try real hard to just talk nice and smooth and mellow, but it's just an instinctive thing I do, I guess.
Yeah, I heard you there. I just try to be mellow all the time, otherwise my audio just goes to hell.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Sometimes if you get to talking a little bit fast, it kind of jumbles together a little bit yet, but you know.
No, it is what it is. I got it, we got it as good as we can get it right now.
Right. Yeah, I know I've had that trouble on AM a little bit, but I also noticed, and this is funny, you know, when I go down to Tennessee or whatever, some of the guys down there are like, what? What'd you say? You know, they can't understand me. And I find it hilarious, because it's likewise on the other end sometimes, you know. Some of them good old boys, when you can tell which ones are like in the backwoods, you know. And there was this gal there, in fact, her husband was the one that wound up winning my donation microphone. She was like super hick, man. You could just, it was pretty hot actually, you know. She had that freaking twang to her, you know. I was like, damn, I could listen to you talk all day, you know. But it's always funny, like Bandit out of Ohio, man. He's I didn't think Ohio had much of a southern accent thing, but this old boy does, and he talks real quiet. He like whispers all the time, and it's really hard to hear him sometimes. But a lot of times he'll be like, what? What'd you say? And it's like, dude, you know, it's kind of funny, but yeah, you know. So anyway, where I was going with that was, before Dirty Bird got locked up. He's sitting over there in Virginia, I think it was. Now, he's from Alabama or Georgia, and he wound up in Virginia running a little mobile 6-pill for work or some shit, and he's got the gate rolling, I got the gate rolling, and we're rocking back and forth, and he's like, slow down a little bit, slow down. I'm like, dude, I can't help him. I get excited, especially when I talk to him, you know. He's a lot of fun to talk to. You haven't had the pleasure yet, but when you do, you'll know it, man. He's a lot of fun. I'm not sure how much longer he's got before he gets out, but anyway, I was talking too fast for him, you know, and usually that's a southern problem, you know, for up here, but yeah, he's like, slow down. I'm like, all right, man, I'll try, but I get real excited, and I started talking fast again, and I could hear it in his voice, you know, he didn't really like it, but I try not to talk fast, although I find myself doing that out here a lot, too. Like right now, I'm talking kind of fast, not as fast as I could, obviously, but trying to get it all out and not be on the key for real long, so I tend to talk a little faster, too, you know.
Yeah, I hear you there. Hey, man, I'm going to step back for a second or two and take care of the dogs. I'll be back.
All right, man. Yeah, I'll catch you in a bit here. I'm wanting to smoke a lot tonight for some reason. Probably because I was having fun talking Skip again for a change. But all right, man, I'll catch you in a bit.
Alrighty, catch you in a bit. We're back now, guys.
Right on. You must be the only one. I don't hear Tom in there. Tom, are you watching TV or are you pooping? See? Now it's just me and you, Ted. No Dennis, no Dave. I know we ain't going to hear Super Dave and Smiling Jeff. That I know. They're out for the count. But anyway, right on, man. So, before it gets all crazy and whatnot around here, what did the insurance man say this morning at 8 o'clock?
I don't know. This thing is so silly. I mean, he never came in the frickin' house. And he's the adjuster. Oh, they went up on the roof and walked around a little bit. And then I wasn't going to get up to go out and hear that. If he had something to say, he'd come in. But he says, well, it looks, I'm going to tentatively approve it. Now, if that goes through, I will be the first one to be totally amazed. But we're still, you know, now it's a week. Sometime we could hear in 2 days. Sometime we can hear in 3 weeks. You never know, he says, with the company.
Okay. So, tentatively approve it, but now they got to have somebody else come out and finalize it, or I think I lost the last part of that.
Yeah, I'm hearing somebody out there. I think it's from far out here. Yeah, the guy who was here yesterday, he is from our agency, okay? And the guy that was here today, he is from the company that issues, you know, he works for the company that issues the policies and shit. So, and he says, now it's just this, he says, yeah, I saw what I see, blah, blah, blah. But I won't believe that till I see it, and I still won't believe it then. But, God, you know, you should, it's just, I don't know, it just got me, gets me flustered, man.
Right. Yeah, I didn't want to bring something up that makes you bummed out or whatever, but, you know, you mentioned it yesterday, so I wanted to follow up on it, you know. I mean, if he's saying he's tentatively approving it, I feel like it's probably got a pretty good chance, because if he would say that and then not approve it, well, then you're going to have pissed off people, right? And you're like, you motherfucker, you said this and that, you know, and they got to be careful with that stuff. So, hopefully, I mean, I don't know what he saw to make it anything other than normal wear and tear after all these years, but, you know, hopefully so. Hopefully it works out for you and they cover it and then you can get a new roof and not have to worry about it, man. You know, maybe they figure you haven't had any claims in all these years and you've been paying your due something and said, fuck it, let's do it. I have no idea, man, but hopefully it works out real good like that for you, man.
Oh, thanks. No, I wasn't getting down by it or anything, but I just, it was surprised very out of me. And that just doesn't jive with the way things are going in the world right now. Or people say, well, sure, we'll take his word for it. And, if there's any special color, people just aren't like that with business these days. You know that, and I know that, and everybody knows that. But just going to wait and see where this heads, really.
Right on. Hey, you can hear my fans in the background, can't you?
Only when you mention them. I mean, when I heard you talking about them, then I noticed them. But see, you got to remember, I'm used to growing up with these transmitters that had great big fans on them all the time, and they like big electric motors, and they could sound like all kinds of shit. So if it isn't a bother, I don't notice it at all. As a matter of fact, I always figured it kind of comes with the territory.
Right on. Well, I'm going to check once here. Give me just a second. Yeah, it's in there pretty good. Too much. More than I would like. But, I'm sure my voice comes up over the top of it looking at the meter, but it's almost cool. I got that sucker pretty good and warm, and I was just loafing it, man, but I was kind of long-winded. So, a few more minutes here should be cool enough. I'll shut her back down.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't, like I said, in a way, I'm kind of, haven't been a lot of people with fans on that I've heard in years, but I'd kind of forgotten that, your radio's got a fan on it. The old Yezus, the old 101s and things, they had a constant fan on there. And that was so cool. And I mean, no pun intended with it being a fan. But, yeah. It's, I don't know. I lost where I was there. I got distracted here, but oh, yeah, your fans. No, they don't bother me in a bit. I wouldn't notice them until you point them out. To me, it's just like a little, I don't know, just a little something in the background that you don't notice anything, and it's fans, so, well, that means your radio's working.
Right on. Yeah, looking at the meter, it's in there pretty damn good, but nobody in Skip seems to mind. That's the main purpose, so right on. I was loafing the son bitch along, and she was still getting hot, for Christ's sake. 102 degrees. I'm like, I better back her down. Well, luckily Skip got the fuck out of there by then, but, oh well, it is what it is, but right on, man. Nice.
Yeah. It's been like that these last couple of nights. I turned on like about 7:30 or so, and I was listening in there. Oh boy, it's gonna be a fun night tonight. And man, there's all kinds of DX coming in, pretty steady too.
Yeah, I wasn't really trying to talk tonight. I was trying to get with the guys on 14 there, and Super Dave, he didn't get home till late. He was wiped. He came in there for like 4 minutes, and Jeff came in there a little bit here and there, but he was lured away by the Skip. He was really enjoying that, so he was dipping in and out. So it was pretty much just me and Smiling Jeff. Well, and if one of us leaves, then there's nobody, right? Because you got at least one person to talk to. And finally he was getting tired. He had to go. So then I'm like, all right, everybody else is gone. I'm going to enjoy some Skip for once. I haven't talked Skip in a good 2 or 3 weeks, Last time me and Jeff tag teamed, and had some fun. But with my driver, the variable on my driver fucked up. I don't want to run it on AM. And so I figured, fuck man, I'll just loaf this thing along on sideband with the radio and have some fun on sideband. And so that's what what I did, and it was a lot of fun. I talked to a few guys here on this channel, some on 38, some on 360, and then back up to 38 and whatever. Talked to a guy I know up in Boulder, Colorado, a bunch of guys from Nebraska. We had Iowa in there, Missouri a little bit. It was a pretty good time, man, for a little bit I got in there.
Yeah, good deal. You know, it's a, well, let's see, I've talked to a couple stations last night that popped in to say hello, but other than that, that's about it. Of course, I'm not a big DX worker, you know, I mean, I'm just an old gabber. Tom, you still with us?
He's still pooping. Yeah, I was out here last night when 501 there, Lee or Leo, I forget, from San Juan, Puerto Rico came in there, and then shortly after that, the Heterodyne shit was coming in there, and I was already wanting to get out of here. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm gone, man. I can't do this stuff. And I'm going to be getting out of here again tonight, even though I'm not tired. I got to get out of here because I got work tomorrow. I got to go grind some stumps and shit. So I'm going to be bugging out of here right about 2 o'clock again. Get a little bit of sleep there, shower and shave shit, whatever, and go take care of that. And I got a few other things I want to do. But yeah, man, for me, a lot of the skip kind of lately drives me a little bit crazy. Because it's make the contact and move on, like contesting almost, you know. And it's okay depending on who I'm talking with and whatever, you know. But I feel like it's almost rude. Like if you're in a room with people and you know, you walk up to talk to some people and they're like, oh, hey, nice to meet you, okay, bye, you know, and they turn around and walk away without any conversation. That's kind of rude. And maybe I'm just overthinking it in my older age and shit, but you know, it kind of sucks. I like to hold a little bit of good conversation. Not a lot, you know, at least a couple minutes worth or something. On sideband at least. On AM, I understand it a lot more most of the time. You know, unless you got a real big hammer, you know, you can own the channel. Well, that's a whole different story. But, you know, the sideband guys, although some of them tonight at least, they did want to hold a little, nothing, you know, like, hey, how's your family? What's your dog's name? You know, but at least a few minutes worth, you know. But yeah, it was nice talking to Boulder, Colorado there. He's a builder over there, does great freaking work. Man, the guy's smart. He does a really good job. But he's got a price tag that matches. But yeah, man, it was neat to talk to Short Skip. Hell, fucking Jeff, I guess he talked to Clown in Illinois, which was neat, but he's putting in the work, you know. He's putting in the work to talk to these guys. I haven't really been doing that shit, so it's like, man, you know, I need to. I need to put more work in and effort on it, but fuck, I don't know.
I am just a duck. I am only a duck.
You're like the king duck.
Just a little tiny duck.
Well, you know, see, as soon as I said that, you know what popped into my mind was the movie White Men Can't Jump. And if you ever seen it, which I'm not sure if you have or not, 50-50 shot on that one, I imagine. Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson were going up, it was a basketball movie, and they were going up against the legendary King and the Duck. So, King Duck, King and the Duck, that was kind of funny, but anyway.
Copy that. I have seen the movie. It was a long while ago.
So yeah, you remember King and the Duck then. That's funny. Right on.
And I'm just a little one.
Quack, quack.
Here we go with a little one.
Yeah, that guy's running some echo. Shit annoys the hell out of me.
Did he just tell you off?
What's that?
I thought he come back with when you said you didn't like that. I thought he came back and said, Like stuff like that's what I do, or something like that. I wasn't really listening that close. It sounded like he was talking to you.
Oh, he might be. I don't know. That's like Smiling Jeff earlier. He's like, did you hear that guy? What about this? Did you hear that? I'm like, no. I got a habit of being able to tune that stuff out. I try, if I'm really wanting to talk Skip, I try not to. I'll bend an ear and whatnot and try to make sure I can hear him. But when I'm talking AM, a lot of times, unless you're somewhere around an S7 to an S9 or better, I ain't even going to bother a lot of times. I try to get better about that and not mud duck people and shit, but, some of them stations, if they're loud enough, I'll acknowledge. On sideband, I try to do at least a 5, S5 or so or above, I'll answer. Anything below there, it's usually fading in and out too much to copy. Now, part of it too is if you didn't have that echo and shit on, I'd be able to understand him too. He'd probably come in real good, but either way, man, the way I look at it is if somebody wants to be heard and acknowledged, it's their responsibility to make sure they're running their station the right way to be heard. I've done everything I can to be able to hear, so if I can't understand him because he's got crappy audio or echo or overmodulated or who knows what the case might be, not my issue, and I just kind of tune him out. So if he comes in there and I can't understand what the hell he's saying, it tunes right back out. And that's what I was telling Smiling Jeff was from having kids, I got to be pretty good at that because they're running around hooting and hollering and playing and laughing and giggling and screaming and all the shit, and you're trying to watch TV. You kind of learn to be able to tune that out and focus on the TV. And so that's what I'm able to do here a lot of times, If it's a decent signal with good audio, I'll hear it. Otherwise, my brain just kind of shuts the rest of the shit out of there, mostly. Unless it's the static. Sometimes the static can be a little competitive, but other than that, yeah, man, I'm just good at tuning this shit out, I guess.
Yeah, I got pretty good ears, though, too, Jim, so I can hear some of the things that you can't. And then on some levels, you can hear some of the things that I can't either.
All right. I mean, it's all about elevation, and there's a lot of variables in it, but I don't worry about it. It is what it is. Fuck it.
Yeah. 101 was QSF. Thomas, where did you just clear to?
Actually, nowhere. I've just been sitting here. I just got done with getting the garbage and recyclables out front, and I had to deal with the grandkid. I'm going to have a grandkid over here all week, so I have to deal with him too.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Jim said we were probably pooping, and I didn't know what you were doing, but anyways, got a few more people out there now.
No, I took care of the pooping at work when I was on the clock.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Good man.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Hello there, I don't know if it's hard to hear you. Yuck.
Yeah, you hear me all right down there, Tom?
Yeah, I got my preamp on this, and you're kind of getting over it.
Now, there you go. Hopefully I'm not screwing with Jim's AGC too much.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely, yep.
Yeah, you're smacking me around a little bit. I can't hear the first couple words he says, but it is what it is. I'd switch the AGC around, but I get tired of switching it back and forth, so we'll just try to get by. But anyway, now that you're done pooping there, Tom, good evening.
Yeah, I did my pooping at work after I'm getting paid for it.
Right on. Yeah, I was hollering for you earlier, and you didn't answer, so I figured you was busy doing something.
Yeah, at least Tom can kind of hear me now, and that's a good thing.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'll be right back here. I'm going to shut that shit down. It's only 5 degrees above the room temperature, and that's probably about as good as it's going to get on its own. So I'm going to try to switch everything back around and make sure it's ready to go for next time.
down.
Yeah, Ted, we got them a little bit warm a little bit earlier.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just a little bit. You know, boys and their toys, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, yeah, you gotta have them, though. Have something to do with a person's free time, right?
Yeah, something to waste money on, right?
Yeah, well, you know, if we don't waste it on this, we'll just waste it on something else.
Oh, that's the truth there. That's definitely the truth. There we go. I think we got it dialed in about right now. Kind of cut back on the power output here.
Yeah, you sound good. I mean, I was still copying you on everything, but it was kind of like this first. You know, for me it was just a tad overdone there, but you sound good now.
Yeah, like I said, I backed it way, way, way down, so we should be good now.
Work for more.
Yeah, Jim was saying with the skip the way it was, that meteor coming in might be dealing us an issue with the skip conditions.
Could be. I noticed, you know, just been starting to do that, but man, I gotta get to a dentist because I can hear myself developing a lisp in this where I've got that cracked tooth. About things like that, you know.
No, that's all right. We don't mind.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth. What a goofy ass song.
There we go. All right, we're back. I flipped the bias and the standby, so I wanted to make sure I had everything right back where I wanted it for next time. So right on. We're good to go, and now it's probably nice and quiet.
Yeah, quit hollering, will you? No, I'm just shitting you.
All right.
That's mine way, way, way down, too.
Right on.
That way I don't, screw too bad with your AGC.
Oh, you do regardless. It is what it is.
Well, if it's anything to you, you kind of screw around with mine quite a bit, too.
Even when I'm barefoot?
Even when you're barefoot.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that's probably right. We're close enough. What's crazy to me, and I know it's because of elevation, is that I can run 80 watts and Tom can hear me most of the time. And you'll run that same 80-100 watts, but because you're just at 8 miles further and lower in elevation, he has a hard time hearing you without the power. That shit's crazy to me. It'd be nice if it didn't work that way, but now it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, it's not much of a difference, but it is a difference, and we definitely notice that. You got to remember, I'm in a hole when I'm shooting south, to get to him, so he's kind of jumping that big old ditch in the center.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's like Beaver Dam, Sheboygan. There's a dead spot in all of those due to elevation, topographical, whatever bullshit in the middle. And it's quite noticeable, but like from here towards Appleton and Green Bay, man, that's a straight, clean shot. Milwaukee's a pretty straight, clean shot too, for the most part, for me at least, because of my elevation. But yeah, Northwest to east and west and whatever, that's, damn it, that's where I seem to have the most issues because of the topographical bullshit. Yeah. I've been sneezing a lot tonight. I must have been knocking some dust off of that box.
I'm just, like I said, I turned my power on the radio way down, so I'm not running much output.
Well, it still shows the same over here, but, we're close enough, right?
Yeah, you're always 20 over here, no matter what you do, unless you're on your 148. Yeah,
that little 15 watts, man, it's a killer. You gotta watch out for that.
Yeah, but it still gives me an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, I figured it's all about the audio.
Yeah, and I wish someday I'll be able to buy myself some audio.
Well, you actually did, and you got about as much as you're going to get out of that, I think.
Yeah, I think it's as good as it's going to get.
I just wish that 746 would have had the same adjustment that this one does for the controls, for the tone and stuff. I know it's got them, but they don't seem to work as good as I feel like they should. Where this one here seems to just, the 7300, it just seems to work so much better.
Well, that's why I had to go a different route in order to make it break the way I wanted it.
Yeah, I know it. That's a bummer, man, but now you're getting there, so why not?
Yeah, it's only money after all, right?
Exactly. That's what I always say. It's only money, I can always make more.
Yep, being in the printing industry, I commend you highly.
Being in the what industry?
Printing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was damn near a money tree for a while there, man. I was doing pretty good.
I don't know. And you said, I can always make more. And I thought, yep, just get out the new ink.
Right. Oh, yeah, man. I mean, I printed some pretty valuable shit. It wasn't actually money, but there was some high-dollar stuff there for sure.
Well, I'll tell you what. I told you this once, but yeah, somebody at Merck had stock, and I don't want to get anybody in trouble, even though it's been a long time, but somebody brought a box of 11-17 cartons stuffed with counterfeit money, and it was all 20s. They wanted me to cut on that because it was going to be a joke at a convention, because they were always calling this guy money bags, and he was going to, one of the higher ups above, so they came to the print shop for that. But I'm not going to work on that. I said, get somebody else to cut that up. I didn't even see it.
Well, I guess it depends on how authentic it was. If he took a 20 and scanned both sides and went to the plate department and says, hey, make me some plates, I want them 20 up or however big you were printing on that stuff. I think you said you were web printing though too, so you're probably only going to get 2 or 3 on a machine count anyways, with like a 96 2-cylinder. But anyway, if it was too realistic, yes. But now if it had like his face on it instead or something, well, that's okay, but yeah, you can't just go Xeroxing a regular 20 and get it plated and print the shit, that, yeah, even though you're not using the right paper and right ink and everything, they will frown upon that for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this was like a special paper. I don't even know. I was one of the higher up there. They were always doing goofy shit up there. But it was a paper, yet it was cotton, linen, not enamel, because that one was cotton, linen, and something else. So it was stronger, and it wasn't rigid like, oh, yeah, man. Unless I looked real close at seeing that they all had the same number. But I probably would have accepted one if I were a bartender or something.
Wow. Yeah, that ain't no good, man. And actual money is more of a cloth. It's not even actually paper like people think. It'll tear like paper. In fact, I just pulled out my dollar bill tonight. The guys are like, what? What are you talking about? You know, normally if you pull out a dollar bill, you're going to roll it up and, join it to your nose with some powder, and I don't know if you ever noticed when you've been in here, whatever, I've got a newer dollar bill that's not worn out. It still has the texture on it that, like bills would stick together from and shit. I've got one of those sitting here, and it sits on my bench all the time. And one of the microphones that I brought back from Manchester just so happened to be a plus 3B in pretty good shape, wired for 5-pin Cobra, and it's got the 3 reeds in it instead of 2, and I know I can usually make 2 reeds work, but 3 is a much better deal for the Cobras and shit, right? So I'm like, well, son, bitch, man, I'm going to run this damn thing. Well, I never really messed with it a whole lot other than to make sure it worked the other day, right? Put a battery in, made sure it worked okay, shut off. Well, I'm sitting here tonight on AM with the guys, and every time I just barely touch the freaking key, not even move it, just touch it, because as you know, the Cobras, the 5-pins anyway, must be plugged in to a microphone to get your receive. You got to ground that 5th pin to get your receive, right? Well, my receive was snapping, crackling, and popping. And I'm like, I had that problem with the other microphone. I think. I thought it was the on-off button switch or, knob. Until I heard it on this one, I'm like, okay, all right. So, Smiling Jeff had to go do something, and I switched radios in the meantime. Actually, I switched over to the microphone I'm giving him. He's like, man, that sounds good. I'm like, right on. And then I had crappy receive with it for some reason. So I switched radios instead. And I talked to another radio while I cleaned the contacts on the plus 3B that I use with the 148 now. And that's what I use that dollar bill for. A lot of people are like, oh, get some sandpaper and this and that. And no. That muffs them up, man. So all I do is I take that dollar bill, I squirt a little bit of my foaming glass cleaner on there, get it nice and wet, and it soaks in real good. And then when you're done, it dries nice to a crisp dollar bill again. But I'll take that sucker and I'll soak it up a little bit with some foaming. I've got a certain brand. It's more of an industrial type spray foam. Glass cleaner works great for cutting nicotine and shit, which is usually what's all gummed up on them fucking reeds to begin with. And so I soaked up the dollar bill, fold it in half, take the back cover off. I didn't even have to take the reeds out. I had to be a little bit whatever to get in there, using the tweezers and shit. But then I put a little bit of tension between the reeds, and I just draw that dollar bill through there a few times. And next thing you know, Bob's your uncle, and whatever. Anyway, Bob's your uncle, and so yeah, it got good and cleaned. I put it all back together, plugged it back in, and boy, oh boy, is that nice and sweet now.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I was chuckling when you said you got your dollar bill out today, or you used your dollar bill today. And, I didn't catch that until you started to explain it. Oh, Jesus. I'm either getting out of their group or with that. I should have caught that right away, but I didn't. But it made me chuckle.
Right on. Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. Most people don't understand, you know, what do you need? What does a dollar bill have to do with a microphone? You know, and I try to tell the guys in my group all the time, because it is cloth and not paper, and it's got that little bit of a texture to it. It works freaking beautiful. It's the best thing you could use.
Oh, yeah. I used it, my furnace guy. This is when I first moved on my own, so that's a long way back. But, you know, I had my thermostat on my furnace would do that, and it would, I was a heavy smoker in whichever way, but then every once in a while my thermostat would come acting up, and that was brand new gas furnace I had to put in there. And, well, he just started, just do exactly that, take this dollar bill, and he didn't put it in anything, but he said just go and slide it between the contacts like that, and you'd be good as new. And I said, dang if he went right. I mean, it's, that's something I would never have thought of either.
Right on, yeah. I don't remember where I heard that, if I even did. That might have been something I thought of on my own. I don't remember. It's been quite a few years here. So I don't know, but either way, obviously I didn't invent it or nothing, but yeah, it works great. And I maybe wouldn't have to put any window cleaner on there, but you know, sometimes I like to use window cleaner with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, mix the two together for shit. But this foaming glass cleaner that I got, man, even the cords, the mic cords when they come in all funky, I can pretty much just soak down a microfiber cloth and twirl it around in that damn microphone cord and work my way from one end to the other, and by the time I get to the other end, the whole thing is clean. I don't even have to go back over it and scrub a second time. So it's some really good shit. It's it's not a chemical or anything. It doesn't hurt anything. It works great. So yeah, man, right on. Yeah. But there's something else I was going to say. No, I forgot. My buddy's in Beaver Dam now. That's where he's originally from Florida, who's coming up to visit. So he wants to know if I want to take a ride with him tomorrow and go south a bit. But I jumped to my little stop down there. But I'd love to sit there and go and draw with him and everything. But man, I ain't been feeling too good the last couple of days. Nothing bad, but just I don't know, just kind of blah. So I don't know if I'm good or not. They'll go down there anyways, but I don't think I'm gonna go. Because that was like today. I got to have to get up early again today it's actually me staying up, and then that throws everything out of kilter. And then I ended up getting up until about 8 o'clock at night or something, and unless I got a net on that. Wish I had a net. Or Bonnie, or Susie, or anything, but a net will do. Gosh. But yeah, correct. Right on, man. Holy shit. Holy cow, yeah, we ain't gonna do this for long. I forgot I ain't got my variable, damn it. I just wanted to switch over this microphone for a little bit here and see how it sounded, to make sure Tom could still hear me down there. 15 watts, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be able to, but sorry if I blasted your ears out all of a sudden. Holy fuck. That driver's a little hot right now, but anyway, I don't know, man, getting up at different times in the schedule and shit, that can really mess a guy up. Yeah. By the way, that microphone sounds super. It sounds, what did you say, super? Yeah. No, it's much appreciated. That's what I wanted to do, is try it out, since I did switch it. I know when I tried the Super Sidekick on this radio, they said, no, it sounds like poop. But they like the Super Sidekick on the Galaxy. And so, I figured, fuck, I hooked it up the other week. It sounds good on AM. Thought maybe I'd try it on sideband here once quick. So right on, very cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't want any more. I mean, you're pretty much at the early bottom limit of audio, but it's very, very nice sounding. Tom, you out there yet?
I'm listening.
Okay, how's that sound by you?
Oh, sounds like Jim.
Well, jump on in there, by gum.
I'm trying to get caught up where I should be right now.
Oh, well, in the time frame, huh?
Yeah. I got a feeling this week is going to be a long week. Yeah, Dexter, like I said, the grandson's going to be here all week, and he does things on his time frame. Well, to a certain degree, but yeah.
That's right, yeah. And no school, and oh, yeah, geez, it's got a lot of time.
And I'm just sitting here being a duck that's going to turn into pumpkin number 1 here in just a minute or two.
Right on. Yeah, I ain't messing with that no more, man. I don't want to have to repill it again. I saw the numbers on both. Oh, God damn it. What am I doing here? Oh, wow. That's weird. What the hell? Something ain't right. Oh, I know why. God damn it. Oh, good thing I didn't spill that. Holy hell, I'm losing my mind over here. No, I flipped my meter around and saw some numbers that concerned me for my pills. I'm like, fuck, I ain't doing that no more. Not till I get that variable fixed, but then I come over to this radio and I see the numbers. I thought there was something wrong with this radio. Well, come to find out, I just didn't have it on the peak setting there. But anyway, well, if you're getting out of here, man, and you're pumpkin number 1, that's cool. 7 3s, enjoy it. Have a good one, and we'll catch you later, man.
By golly, Jeff, always a joy to get to talk to you out there. Of course, we didn't, get to do a lot of visiting tonight, but always good to hear you. He's just the same, So take care. We'll talk to you whenever possible. Like I say, always a pleasure. And if you're going to be number 1 tonight, well, have a really good evening.
Yeah, we're just going to get out of here. We've been on for quite a while already tonight, and I need to get out of here and lay my head down for a little while. So you guys have a good night, 73s. Talk to you all, I'm sure, pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, you guys like 3-4 hours sometimes ahead of us already out there. That's a long evening. So, hey, have a great one.
Check.
Yeah, we're out of here. Quick.
73 here, Jeff.
73, Tom.
Anywho, so yeah, that it probably sounded on the ragged edge, almost being too much modulation, given the fact that I was on the driver, and I saw the numbers on there too. But sounds like it's right where I want it, just enough stank. And I can leave it right there for AM and sideband both, which makes the radio very nice. I just forget that my variable on the radio does not work for sideband. It only works for AM. I could probably put in a second variable for it, I'm sure. But ever since I burned up the variable on my driver, I got to run it wide open for it to work properly, or for it to work at all. And I got new ones coming Friday. I ordered 3 of them now. Fucking $25 a piece for a variable. But anyway, so yeah, I saw some numbers like, oh shit, I don't want to repill this one too, again. But yeah, man, right on. I'm glad it sounds good. If it sounds like me, I accomplished my goal. So very nice.
I liked it. I mean, I mean, you could tell you were doing that, but I mean, as far as you weren't distorted, you were just right on the verge where you wouldn't want any more audio, and that after listening to it, I'd say, hey, you might be pushed it just a tad, but God darn it, that's a nice sounding microphone. It's very nice audio.
Well, thanks, man. Much appreciated. I try to do my homework and do my thing. I did not listen to it on my SDR on sideband, so I'll have to do that later too. I did test another microphone, the one that I won in the raffle when I was in Manchester. And what I do is I just put my SDR on, I hit record, go to the frequency I choose to use, whether I'm on the antenna or the dummy load, and because it'll pick up both, right? And so then I just talk for a little bit, switch microphones, do some more talking, and then when I'm all done testing everything I wanted to test, I shut it off. I turn on my speaker, I go into the computer, clickety click click, I hit play, and I just sit back and listen, close my eyes and listen. And I can hear every little thing of each different microphone. Now, for example, the sidekick on the Galaxy sounds pretty damn good. I like it. It's pretty much perfect. It's not that tinniness that I had before with the Plus 3. The sidekick being a dynamic element really brought the tone down a little bit to where there's a little bit more bass in there, but it's still real nice. And then, I put in the mobile mic that I won, and guys are saying, oh yeah, they're great, man, they're better than the B104s, and this sounds good and that, and so I wanted to test it. And so I ran the gate on myself, and it sounds pretty good. The sidekick still sounds better. It's a little muddy with my voice, at least, this mobile microphone. It's a neat little microphone. It's a wood grain. It has the dial on the top like the old Turner Plus 2s, the mobile version. And it's got a little clip on the back where you just slide the 9-volt battery in. Pretty freaking slick little microphone. But it was kind of muffled. Almost like there was too much bass in the microphone, at least for that radio. And if it was too much for that one, it'd probably be too much for the 148. But no, I'm glad I got a good report because I didn't try it on sideband, only on AM, and I probably should have. Wasn't even thinking about it. So right on, that's good to know. And yeah, I won't turn the audio up anymore. I'll leave it right where it is.
Boy, that had such a nice natural sound. I mean, it was, and my hearing, I lost a little bit of my hearing over the age, but yeah, that was very pleasant. So that worked so good. Anybody else want to jump into the net here? Come on aboard. There's a lot of bunch of, no, there ain't, but we need more. Why no one? We're TFX.
Guess not. See, I try to be quiet. I try. Nobody else wants it. God dang it. I can't sit here and listen in silence neither, But anyway, I had a thought there, but I didn't want to interrupt you, so I figured I'd pause and let you do your thing and see if anybody else wanted in there, because I don't want to hog it either. I know what it was. after cleaning them contacts, and that's what I started with, was trying to check for scratchiness. And I'm going to do that again here in a little bit with the volume knob, just in case that's still a little scratchy. I don't think it is, but anyway, when I first turned it on, I was way off quite a ways off frequency, and you were talking there, and I was able to, I was able to clarify you in, and I got you in there where you sound perfect. And so that's how come I was able to come back to you perfect, because of the way the clarifier is unlocked. So I knew I was perfectly on frequency to you, and all the audio shit was done up the way it was before. I just left it all alone and let it rock and roll. So hell yeah, man, right on, very nice.
Yeah, that was a nice mic. I never had one. I had a Plus 2. Wow, part of a Plus 2 that Dale gave me. It was actually the shell, and I guess all the parts were in there, but it didn't work or something. But that's in my mystery box of things that disappeared when we moved in, and I still have not yet to find. But I will. It'll turn up somewhere. But Trace has got my mom's framed photo that she made for all of us after her heart attack, so we'd remember her, just in case, she said, But, some of my other stuff in there. Oh, man, I would really like, I was just thinking the other day how much stuff I still had in there, and I wish somebody will mention something that it'll make me think back, and damn, that's where that was, too. I don't know. Well, it'll show up. I don't think it got tossed out. But then again, I'm still looking for the head nozzle of my filter clean. I feel terrible about that. The chrome, the power head for a filter clean vacuum. And man, that'd be the cat's ass for these rugs, with these carpets with the valve. But I can't find that either. And that one might have somehow gotten thrown out, but I don't know how. It was a big thing, but oh well. I'm digressing and doing all that. CQDX 499, right now Nebraska we're trying. Morning, Nebraska. Wino, W-I-N-O, number 1, Wino 1 in Wisconsin.
You said 101 in Wisconsin?
Wino 1, a little play on words like Ned the Wino on a TV show there. It's a little play on words for our club here, but yeah, you're sounding good. Name here is Ted, T-E-D, and we're right in central Wisconsin. Really, we're about halfway between Madison and Green Bay.
Okay, you're up by Green Bay. Yeah, definitely. Conditions are up and down. When you're in there, you're in there. When you're out of there, it's kind of rough and tough. But yeah, definitely. I'd like to hear you out there in Wisconsin, there in Green Bay.
Yeah, very good in Nebraska. Yeah, good to hear you out there. Yeah, same here. Conditions are in and out, but so we'll let you go and say 7-3, and thanks for the close contact.
Yeah, no problem there, my friend. Let's see, 499, Grand Island, Nebraska. We're back on the side.
7-3, have a great day.
Must have been that guy in Fond du Lac. Yeah, come on back in there.
Hey, 228, they heard you out there.
Well, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but...
Yeah, you Nebraska boys are still banging in here from earlier, man. I forget the numbers of the guy that was in there just a minute ago, but yeah, man, you guys are really hammering in there tonight yet.
Well, yeah, we're running this element beam there with a stock radio there, so we're making the trip. You got 499 in central Nebraska or Grand Island, and you got 228 out there too in Grand Island, Nebraska.
Yeah, I talked to you earlier, 499. I forget where. I think we were on 360 or something. I'm just running the barefoot radio now, but yeah, you're banging in there pretty good, man.
How signal, you said?
It's up and down a little bit, but I got about 5S units on you. The main thing is you got some good, clean, clear audio. That's the main thing that's working for you.
For you, it's not the best station in the world, but it does do its job with that 5-element beam there.
Right. Yeah, if you remember, I told you earlier that that little bit of echo, I can hear it in there, but it might be helping you a little bit, okay? It's not offensive or nothing.
Yeah, I just wanted just like a little reverb effect, so it sounded like I was in a bigger room. That's all I was trying to go for.
Yeah, we had a couple of guys over here. They got tall ceilings and, everything's wood and whatever in their homes. And depending on the microphone they're using, they get that echo sound to them as well. So it's just how it is sometimes,
Yeah, it's just an old diesel microphone with the cheap echo in it. I just wanted just a little bit of reverb. That's all I, wanted, just a little bit.
Oh, it definitely helps, man. I prefer it on AM than I do on sideband, but it's not offensive at all on your end. It's working all right, man. So, heck yeah, right on.
Yeah, I appreciate that out there.
All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what, we're doing this, so we do this thing every Tuesday night. It's called the Wino Net, Wisconsin Incredible Night Owls. And we do this thing every Tuesday night for the last 30 plus years. And we're doing that right now, and Skip's coming in here and there, and so it's kind of neat you guys are in there a little bit, but I don't want to hog it up on Skip and ruin the local net thing for these guys. Feel free to reach out and talk to these other guys, but I'm going to probably switch to my mobile microphone radio and have a smoky treat here in a minute. But yeah, man, all you Nebraska boys, you've been doing good all night, man. It's been a pleasure talking with y'all. You already know who it is, old 386 Tin Man up here in the Dairyland. We're standing by. All the best to you and yours. Click.
Okay there, 386. I do appreciate the contact you get out there, my friend.
Check.
Yeah, hey, curious, what was the other station that said Fond du Lac?
What's that now?
Well, I was just asking if they were still out there. The guy was mentioning Fond du Lac, and I was going to say, yeah, that's pretty close.
Yeah, hey, T28, did you hear him out there?
Yeah, I hear him out there. You got T28 Grand Island, Nebraska. I was just looking at it on the map there. I wasn't sure if I pronounced it right, but it sure looks French to me.
Well, good deal. Hi, name here is Ted, as I was saying earlier, and I'm originally from there. I grew up there. It's just a stone's throw from me, but that's pretty close.
Yeah, I was going to say Oshkosh there, because it's pretty close too, but I went with the tougher name to pronounce there, so...
There you go. See, you never know. Anything that might seem like there's a method to your madness, but go with the tougher name, and look, it turned out for you right on the money.
Absolutely. Well, hey, thanks for the contact out there. I just got off work here about, 15, 20 minutes ago, and I missed out on the real good DX, but good to hear Wisconsin rolling into my receive this morning.
Well, that's great. Yeah. A buddy of mine just moved out to Nebraska. I played in a band in Nebraska in a couple different places. Alliance, right there. And I played there for a couple weeks. And I also played in Norfolk, Johnny Carson's home. That's what it was. I can never remember that one, but my buddy just moved there. So Nebraska, it was, we're having kind of fun with, and I love the TV ads they got on there now.
Yeah, where'd your friend move to?
I know he's right close to the Minnesota border, and he told me, but I cannot remember. Too many times with the bands there, the old memory banks go.
Well, I'm gonna guess he moved to Sioux City. There's a Sioux City, South Dakota, Sioux City, Iowa, which is the majority of the population, and then Sioux City, Nebraska.
Yeah, he's not far from there. He said he's about 35 miles from there, and I have no clue what the town is right now. I don't know how he can remember it anyways. He lived half of the year in California, and now he's just been by his family, some are in Nebraska, so he's had stuff there. But, well, listen, I'll tell you what, thanks again, guys, for jumping in there. And I had to ask about that. That was pretty, for me, that means we're giving a pretty good direction of where we are. So that's a good deal. So y'all take care.
All right, well, thanks for the QSO out there. Definitely a pleasure talking to Wisconsin. We don't get to talk to Wisconsin, it seems like, only in the summer times there, so good to hear you guys out there. C28, Nebraska, we're going to say 73.
All right, 73 to both you guys there, and have a very nice midweek coming up.
Man, and before you guys go, I just wanted to jump in there real quick and say that I've been rolling the gate on the SDR this whole time, and I'll probably post it up tomorrow if you guys want to see it. The YouTube channel is Tin Man 386 Wisconsin. I believe it is. It might be the other way around. Give me just a second here to take a look. I want to make sure I get it right for you. Yep, Tin Man 386 Wisconsin. Look that up on YouTube, and you should be able to hear yourselves on my SDR tomorrow there, Break.
10-4, 10-4. I'll be looking forward to that there.
Yeah, check. I just wrote that down in my logbook there, and yeah, we'll check that in. I'll leave a comment. My location number, I'll leave a comment on your YouTube page there.
Don, yeah, I just record it to the computer most of the time because it's just us locals rag chewing, but when I got stuff like you guys coming in there, I'll stop the recording here after a little bit so it's not too long, and then I'll just upload it to YouTube later, and I'll start a new one, But yeah, I'll upload it after a while or tomorrow. I got to work tomorrow, but yeah, keep an eye out for it, man. You'll get to hear how you guys are sounding good over here.
All right, sounds good, 386. Thanks again, and we'll definitely check that out. 228 and 73, and we'll be back quiet.
Right on. And if you hear that 124 out there in Lincoln, tell him old Tin Man says he's a duck.
All right, if we ever hear, we don't get to talk to Lincoln, not at all, unless I drive through there. It's just a little bit too far there. So Lincoln and Omaha, a little bit too much distance between us. We're in the skip zone there.
Right, I hear you. Yeah, we got the same troubles over here with that stuff. But, man, I'll tell you what, I've talked to 5, 6, 7 of you guys from Nebraska tonight. And when you said Fond du Lac, I thought you were remembering talking to me earlier because I'm in Fond du Lac County over here. Just about 10 miles south of the actual city, the center of Fond du Lac. So that's where my confusion was. But right on, man. You did pretty good in pinpointing us real close there.
Yeah, well, it's nice to have a wall map right next to your station there. You can kind of glance over and kind of get a general idea where they say they're at. They say they're central or whatever. You just kind of pick out a city that might be central and write it down in the book if they're not willing to give an exact location. But, hey, real good. Thanks again, 73s, and we're going to be on the side listening.
Hey, guys, it was a pleasure. Sounded good. Check.
Hey, before you leave there, I was just wondering to get a signal report from you out there, 10-4.
I'll tell you what, I can't really tell you right now. I switched radios, and I'm out in my shed having a cigarette. I'm on a mobile microphone. If you've seen like the Bearcat cordless mobile microphones, I've got the President version hooked up to my Lincoln 2 Plus, and then I threw my driver on so I could still get you guys about 100 watts over that way. So I'm not in by the radio to see the meter at all, but you'll see it on the SDR on the YouTube video.
10-4. That's kind of crazy. I heard those Bluetooth mics were out there. I didn't think anybody still used those things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got this one a few years ago used on the cheap, And I really like it, man. That way I don't smoke in the shack, you know. In fact, I got another one coming. It should be here in less than a week. A friend of mine's got the Bearcat version, so I'll have two of these things rolling.
Oh, man. Hey, it sounds real good. I wouldn't think you were on a Bluetooth microphone. That's just crazy. Definitely sounding good.
This one is actually on like 900 megahertz. It's not Bluetooth, although President does make the Bluetooth microphone for the, it goes on your steering wheel with the President radios, and that one's Bluetooth. This one operates on 900-ish megahertz, same as the old cordless phones do. And the Bearcat version operates in like 2.4 gigahertz or something. But, yeah, man, it works pretty good.
10-4. Definitely sound pretty good over here. Just crazy.
Well, see, the thing is, these President version are not legal in the U.S. Now, President quit making them altogether, but they were only available in the U.K. And somehow or another, a few of them must have made it this way, and the guy was selling it, and I wanted one that matched the radio, you know. So I picked up the whole deal for $50, man. I couldn't beat it with a stick. So, yeah, it's working good.
Yeah, I hear you there. Yeah, it just slipped through the cracks like everything else does. But definitely, that's a pretty cool setup you got there.
Yeah, well, it's much appreciated, man. I enjoy it. So, heck yeah, right on. What radio are you talking on?
I'm talking on an Anytone Quad 6.
That's right. Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. Shame on me for not remembering. It sounds really good, man.
Built about 2 weeks ago.
Trouble with you on part of that. Go ahead, please.
All right, we're going to say 73s, and thank you for the keys out there, my friend.
All right, man. Yep, pleasure with a double measure, man. Have a good one. 7-3s. Old Tin Man up here in the Dairyland. We said it. Click, click.
Okay, Tin Man. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the DX out there, my friend.
You as well. Check, check.
Hey, 228, you want to go back up?
Yeah, we can slide back up there.
All right, I'll meet you up there.
Real quick, what are you talking on?
Hey, 228.
Must have switched already. I was curious because he sounds really good too. Hell yeah. There he is. What's going on, Dennis?
Not a heck of a lot. What's going on?
I was just talking a little bit of Skip with Nebraska in there for a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's been a lot of good Skip, a lot of Nebraska. I've talked to like 6 or 7 of them guys throughout the night.
It's short Skip.
Well, yeah, Jeff, he talked with Illinois, old clown up there in Illinois. I was talking with Iowa earlier. Missouri, we had a lot of short Skip, man. It was kind of nice for a change.
Denny was busy cutting grass. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I mean, Illinois, that's backscattered.
Oh, that's a whole different scenario than what I'm referring to. But anyway, were you really, Dennis? Were you really cutting grass today?
No. You think I'm going to cut grass? I thought maybe Denny was trying to save a $157 ticket. I don't give a fuck about a $157 ticket. Step to the end of the line, motherfucker!
I don't think they're going to take that back if he cuts it. I think once it's written. But, yeah, you know.
Yeah, there's a violation, the thing like that. But anyways, I'm back. Hello, Dave. I'll check you in. And hello, Dennis. I'll check you in.
Yeah, while you're checking in, go ahead and check me in, too.